Okay, so it's been super hyped on Book Talk, super hyped on BookTube. The Secret History, aka the Dark Academia book. Came out in 1992. Don't know why it's super hyped right now, but I'm reading it. I've read all of the prologue and I'm already hooked, so I guess I do know why it's so hyped on TikTok. Yeah, it opens and tells you, hey, there's a murder, and also, hey, POV from the murderer. I'm obsessed. A morbid longing for the picturesque at all costs, aka me living for the aesthetic. I'm literally reading this book because of the aesthetic. Okay, so I know it doesn't really look like it, but I'm done with the first 100 pages. Honestly, I still don't know what's happening, but it's not boring. There's a couple little sprinkles in there where I'm like, ooh. So I feel like I'm almost there. I mean, obviously we know there's gonna be murder. So I guess I do kind of know where the plot's going. Anyways, so my little tabs, basically the green ones are like I relate or like they resonate with me personally. The pink ones are just things that pique my interest or I really like how they're worded or kind of like miscellaneous. And then the blue ones are things that I think are going to be important for the plot in the future. But yeah, basically that's what it's looking like so far for the first 100 pages. But yeah, I'm liking it so far. I also currently have on this ambiance, this like dark academia ambiance. Hold on, I'll show you. But I've just been keeping that on when I'm reading this. Really setting the mood, setting the tone. I'll link it if you also want to put it on. To babies. Got babies, girl. Okay, I was fully ready to come on here and say how this has been slow and I'm ready for them to get to it. I'm on page 163. They're getting to it. So basically, up until now, it's kind of just been like backstory and vibes, which I'm here for. Don't get me wrong. But there's just enough like sprinkle of suspicion in certain things that are said where I'm like, okay, I'm ready for it. I'm ready to get to it now. There's been nothing about the initial murder that was mentioned in the prologue yet. Everyone's alive still, but all of the friends are being very shady. And the main character is having a conversation with one of them about some like very suspicious behavior. And I don't know the details yet, but we just found out some very critical information. So it's definitely picking up. We've had the academia vibes, and now we're getting to the dark in the academia. You know what I mean? Also, for context, I'm like almost to chapter 5. Chapter 5 is in like 10 pages, so they're really long chapters, which I feel like makes it kind of harder to read fast. But anyways. Okay, it's getting really interesting. I just finished part 1. Oh my gosh, anxiety's on 10. I'm stressing because I know what's gonna happen, but I don't know if it's happening right now. It happened. I'm so anxious now. Dang. This is really blowing up. I mean, as it should. Nervous. Good morning. Okay, update. So, last night I made it to chapter 7. Obviously, the chapters are very long, but I'm almost to page 400 out of 550. I'm anxious. Everything he said, my brain tries to connect because there's something that they are not telling him, something that's not being said, and it's already bad enough. Also, a pretty, I don't know if you'd say small, but I guess in the grand scheme of things, kind of insignificant detail about the first really bad thing that happened. A new detail has arisen, and it makes it even more morbid. So I'm on page 400 now. So I'm gonna go over my theories before I actually find them out. Okay, theory 1. Henry and Julian are in cahoots and they've kind of roped the others into their evil plan. What I'm hearing is cultish behavior. Maybe. So theory 1 is that Julian is kind of like the stem of all of these other crazy things happening. Theory 2 is Camila. She seems too nice. She doesn't seem very suspicious, which is suspicious. And the main character likes her. So she's obviously painted in this like rose-colored glasses type of light. Also, when that first initial thing happened, she was in front of everybody. So I almost feel like, what if she did it? And it wasn't Henry. That's theory 2, is that she's behind it. Theory 3 is that Richard, the main character, has more involvement than is being mentioned. Because it seems like he has more remorse than the others, even though he has the least involvement. But I'm like, they could pull out a big plot twist, I don't know. So I just got back to the pool thinking, I'm gonna sit down, read a couple more pages. Hold on. What is going on? There's all these weird little things coming together. You know what? No, they're not even coming together. They're just weird and there's more of them. Okay, if you don't want spoilers for this, skip literally like 20 seconds. What? The twins are like making out? Hello? Oh my gosh, and Bunny like called it. This is so weird. And they're acting like it's normal. Ugh. Now that that's aside, I'm gonna keep reading because if there's not explanations soon, I'm gonna lose it. What if they're not related and it's like some big secret? I really freaking hope so, because vomit. Ew. It's getting worse. It's getting worse. I know it shouldn't, because this isn't really what the book's about, but this is sending me into a spiral, and we're about to just read the whole rest of it today. Okay, fast forward. I have like 50 pages left. It is taking me everything in me to not skip ahead. Also, I think I was overthinking my theories before. I tend to do that. Okay, I was not expecting that. Very eerie. Honestly, okay, hear me out. By the way, I still have that blog. It's giving me, if you were to change the aesthetic, Outer Banks vibes. Like if you put in dark academia instead of beachy, like treasure hunt. I don't know how else to explain it. I guess just like the intensity of the events happening and like the age group, and it's like a group of friends, I don't know. Why was the end comforting? I feel like it was supposed to be eerie, but it ended up being like actually really comforting. Okay. Let me gather my thoughts. Okay, it was more straightforward than I was expecting. I was expecting the whole like secret society, dark academia type of thing, but it wasn't really that. It was more of just like a group of friends that were pretentious and entitled to such a fault. But it was really interesting to see like where everything went. And then you've got the main character, which he's still like deeply intrigued and almost like inspired by their odd behavior. Although I said the end was comforting, what I mean is like the last couple paragraphs, because besides that, it was quite eerie. The whole thing was quite eerie now looking back on it, which is what I was looking for. Like genuinely, this delivered. This delivered what I was looking for. It gave me the dark academia feel I needed. But now I'm just looking for something on like a grander scale, I think, which I'm hoping Atlas 6 might give me, but we'll, you know. Okay. There was this one part where it describes his like winter at the college, and it's an awful experience. And I remember reading it and just thinking, I want less of this. I feel like it doesn't matter. But genuinely, it did really add to the eeriness of the whole book. So it wasn't this like whole giant connection. It was just like, ugh, you know what I mean? But I liked it. Okay, I'm gonna have to sit on it more, but I think I'm gonna rate it a 4 out of 5. Okay, so I'm gonna go finish tabbing the rest of it because I ended up making a ton of dog ears when I was reading it and didn't have my tabs or my highlighters with me. So yeah, I'm gonna do that and put it on my bookshelf and call it a day. Okay, I have to go. I'm just gonna keep sitting here and contemplating everything. But anyways, mwah. Goodbye.